I was in a sauna on the Baltic Sea. Salt air, hot steam, complete relaxation. When I got out, I checked my phone. My agent was dropping me, and I felt relieved. I had 2 books in the middle of submission, years of work, and an agent who believed in me enough to sign me. And in one email, it was over. I can no longer be the best champion for your work, it said. I should have been devastated. I should have been angry. But instead, I felt free. I'm TJ Stecker, and this is the story about how getting dropped by my agent is the best thing that could have ever happened to my career. If you're navigating the publishing journey wondering if you need an agent or dealing with rejection, then this one's for you. Hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about what happens when the path you thought you wanted disappears. I was on travel in Estonia. I decided to take a day in the spa before we flew back. There's something about a sauna that resets you. The heat, the salt air when you step outside to cool down. I was feeling rejuvenated, clear-headed, ready to tackle the next phase of submissions. Redacted was out to publishers. The Moth was still making the rounds. Both were finalists for multiple awards. We were building momentum. I grabbed my phone to check messages. Email from my agent. Subject line, moving forward. I opened it. She was dropping me. She said, I can no longer be the best champion for your work. No real explanation beyond that. No feedback. No, here's what's not working. Just done. 2 books still in submission, and she was out. I sat there on the bench outside the sauna, wrapped in a towel, staring at my phone. And here's the weird part. I wasn't upset. I was surprised, yes. It came out of nowhere. The books were still actively being submitted. Redacted still in the early stages, receiving strong interest. But upset? No. I felt lighter. Maybe it was the glow from the sauna or the salt air. Maybe it was the mental clarity. But sitting there, I realized something. I'd been waiting for my agent to tell me which publishers to target, waiting for her feedback on revisions, waiting for permission to move forward with my career. And in one email, all that waiting was over. I had control again. Here's what nobody tells you about having an agent. It's supposed to make things easier, and in some ways it does. Having someone there who knows the industry, who has relationships with editors, having someone who can get your manuscript in front of the right people, that's valuable. But it also means giving up control. You're not just waiting for publishers to respond. You're waiting on your agent to decide which publishers to submit to. You have another person now who you're waiting on their schedule, their bandwidth. And when it's not working in the submission stall, when feedback is sparse, when months go by without movement, you feel stuck. Because you can't just go around your agent. That's not how it works. You just wait. But getting dropped meant I didn't have to wait anymore. I can query other agents if I want, or I can submit to publishers that accept unagented queries. I can email the publishers that already have my books on request. I can even explore hybrid options or self-publishing. The path isn't narrower, it's wider. So here's where I'm at now. I'm still pursuing traditional publication. That hasn't changed. Redacted and The Moth are strong books. They deserve to be in bookstores. But I'm not waiting for one path to open up. I'm looking for someone who's as interested in these books as I am. I'm submitting directly to publishers that allow unagented manuscripts, smaller presses and independent publishers who focus on crime fiction and thrillers. And if traditional publishing doesn't happen, then I'll self-publish. Because here's what getting dropped taught me. I don't need permission to be a writer. I just need to write good books. I need to build an audience. I need to keep showing up. But I don't need someone else to validate my work before I keep moving forward. The irony is I probably would have stayed with the agent for years if she hadn't dropped me, even if submissions weren't going well, even if months went by without communication, because I thought having an agent meant I was closer to publication. But the truth is, having an agent doesn't guarantee anything. It opens doors, but it doesn't guarantee those doors lead anywhere. And if you're waiting on permission to move forward, whether that's from an agent, a publisher, or anyone else, you're giving away control you don't have to give away. So if you're in the querying trenches, or if you're with an agent and things feel stalled, here's what I'll tell you. Agents are business partners. They're valuable when they're working for you. But if the relationship isn't working, it's okay to move on, or to not have one at all. You don't need an agent to get published. There are small presses, indie publishers, and hybrid models. Study them, understand what they offer. Don't limit yourself to one path. Whether you have an agent or not, build your audience, start a newsletter, create content, connect with readers. Because when you do get published, however you get published, you'll need them. If you're waiting for an agent to fix your career or a publisher to discover you, stop. Write the next book. Query the next agent. Submit to the next publisher. Keep moving. Because waiting doesn't get you published. Writing does. So that's where I am. No agent, 2 books on submission, a 3rd in development. And I feel more motivated than I have in years. Because I'm not waiting anymore. I'm building this myself. Will I find another agent? Maybe. If the right person comes along who's as invested in my work as I am. Will I get a traditional publishing deal? I hope so. That's still the goal. But if it doesn't happen, I'll self-publish. I'll build my audience and I'll keep writing. Because getting dropped taught me something very important. The only person that can stop me from being a writer is me. If you're on this journey too, querying agents or submitting to publishers, head over to tjstecker.com and sign up for my newsletter. I'm sharing everything, the rejections, the small wins, what's working and what isn't, because we're all figuring this out together. And speaking of building your author platform, make sure you check out my video about building your author website. You won't believe how simple it is. And remember, new videos every week right here on Fireside Writer. Stay tuned, the story isn't over yet.